I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV.
Are you tired of the media spinning the truth and pushing false narratives?
Well,
take a look at this.
Episodes of
Over the last 3 years,
NBC's #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, broadcasting live from home, and I'm here with my gaggle of gals. We have, I don't even know where we are because I usually say to my far.
Say to your far south is where I am. To your far south. Michael Mattis, what's up, everybody?
Who?
Who?
Who is you? Who is you?
Who am I? I said my name, Michael Mattis.
Oh, I was
Pay attention.
Sorry. Oh, we haven't been together for a week, and the shade continues. And
I know.
Gotta make up for lost time.
This is true. And then, of course, we have the princess herself.
Hey everyone, Chelsea Overhauser reporting live from my bedroom.
Your bed looks so big. Are you sitting on the floor?
I'm sitting on the floor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a queen size
That's a
bed.
giant bed.
Hey,
Well,
that's why I love my room.
you don't have the Ben and Sierra bed.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, Tony, you're gonna mention it.
And of course, draped in her scarf and feeling her Princess von Umberg self, we have.
Hey everyone, Tammy Govea. Hi.
Yay! We're staying in the house quarantine, but we're still bringing it to y'all. Woohoo! Woo! All right, if you guys haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are Dishin Days on Facebook and Instagram, and _ Dishin Days on the Twitter. Even though we're quarantined, the act is still implied. And if you are a lover of all soaps, make sure you check out Restless Rap for Young and the Restless and the GH Report for General Hospital. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, hello podcast listeners, make sure you like us and follow us and rate us and give us 5 stars. And make sure you leave a comment because I'm not sure you guys are leaving comments anymore, but we love reading them so that we know that we're doing an amazing job. Yay. This feels weird, by the way, because I'm just
It's totally weird.
Yeah.
just talking, just chit-chatting, just to myself. And it's just, this is real interesting.
This is the new normal.
This is. All right, before we head into this week of days, I want to let you guys know that our quintennial celebration that we were supposed to have this weekend obviously got postponed, but we got brand new dates. So save the date, October 10th through 11th, we will have our Dishin Days quintennial celebration.
Woo!
So far, we have Stacey Hyden, Eric Martzoff. I think that's it right now that's confirmed. And then more people will be confirmed. And hopefully Scott and Matt won't get mad at me for this, but there's something else that's a brewing. So you guys make sure you tune in to SpectrumCelebrityEvents.com to find out all the details. All right, girls, gals, how do we feel about this week's episodes of Days?
Oh my gosh. How do we feel?
It's okay with it.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird week. It
It was a bit of an odd week, but
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
No, it was a good week. I just didn't feel like it was there was no like, oh my God moments.
It was one of
I've
those
been used
like
to.
you have your weeks that are like 1s and 5s and 10s, and this was like a 5.
Yeah.
1 being where you want to fast forward through most of it.
Oh, well, you know, it's info.
So it was a 5.
It's an info week. Like sometimes we just sit and we gather info and it's not as exciting. There was like a little bit of, oh, but that happened on Monday. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well,
but,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then nothing really big happened until Friday. Friday I thought ended on a good note.
Yeah,
Well,
agreed.
Yeah. It was a little slow for me in certain parts,
Mhm.
but overall I thought it was pretty good. We're moving the pace along. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's dive right into it. It's now time to start
Dishin Days.
Hey.
Okay, so this is the part where we would flip over our hourglass, but our hourglass is in the studio that is currently locked. So thank you, Chelsea, for the water bottle. That helps. All right, so y'all, let's get right into it with our first storyline. We have the Evan, Christian, Orpheus, Clyde, Ben, Sierra, Rafe, Lonnie, Eli, David, all those people. Okay, so wait, first of all, before we move forward, should we now start calling Evan Christian?
Yeah.
Well, no one else is. Everybody keeps calling him Evan.
Oh, that's true.
Very true.
Yeah.
Who was that? Yeah, everyone on the days is still saying, oh yeah,
everyone's
Evan,
still-
not
yeah,
really
it's
saying
weird.
Christian.
Okay, so then we'll keep calling him Evan Christian. Okay, so we found out this week that Evan Christian is the son of Orpheus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had to actually do a refresher course on Orpheus.
Yeah.
Because
I wasn't around for the Orpheus days either, so.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the coffin thing when he kidnapped Marlena and who was it? Kayla, the two of them, right?
Yeah.
And was going to burn them alive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he's pretty evil.
Evil.
Yeah. I like the fact that they did like touch on that just so we remember when we saw him last.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting for Evan Christian to be the son of Orpheus. And then this other little tidbit, I don't know if you guys picked up this goose egg, but Evan Christian mentioned that while they're held up in this seedy hotel, that Marlena, many moons ago, took care of he and his sister, but didn't recognize him. So I'm wondering if that is going to come back into play later on, or if this was just like, just like a little...
Just a nod to history and that's it.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be great if they did bring it back and if Marlena did remember, because I know she's going through her own story plot right now. But I hope that was like a little nugget that's going to lead into another future story plot, because I think that would be very interesting. But I agree, I liked how Clyde explained the background of Orpheus, because for me, I was a little lost too.
Right.
At the beginning.
I like when Clyde said to Ben, I'm sorry, did you say Christian?
Yeah.
Having Christian.
I'm sorry, wait, what?
Well, thanks to James Lott Jr., he's our historian, whether he's on the show or not, and he reminded us that Orpheus made everyone think that Marlena was dead, which is why I think like she was captive and like taking care of the kids for, which is what they mentioned on the show. But
according to James Lott Jr., Christian should be older. He should be in his late 30s.
Well,
but it's soap opera aging, so.
Yeah. So like, are any of the people who we know now their actual ages? No.
Maybe Will.
Really?
Maybe, because he was born in what, 95? So he'd be 25.
Oh, well then that's probably the only character. That's the only one.
It's so funny that Will is younger than me.
Huh. So with that, this week, Rafe, Lonnie, and Eli are all on the hunt for Evan, Christian, and David. They did, after like some clues and tips here and there, they finally did land at the seedy hotel where they found Christian Evan, but they did not find Orpheus or David. Oh, but what I found interesting was, and I love when they do this, they did a flashback because Clyde was talking to Ben and he was like, I might have had something to do with it. And we see that Orpheus paid a visit to Clyde while in jail, like all donned up and like, don't notice me, which I don't know how he got passed through prison security looking like that, but that's...
I mean, Sierra got through prison security holding a gun to someone's head, so, Kristen managed, security in Salem is just an issue because all Kristen had to do was put her hair up and she got wandered around the hospital, no one found her.
True.
Sierra got into the jail holding a gun to someone's head and got all the way through to the execution room. So
people walk into each other's mansions, Demira Mansion, Kiriakis, they just walk in.
The security level in Salem is very low.
No one is safe in Salem. Let's just put it that way.
Safe in Salem.
Hey,
stay home in Salem. Yeah.
Hey, we also, y'all, before we have Ryan, who's still Team Dishin Days. Hey, Ryan, there was a request to keep the 4 square. I don't know what that means, but I'll let you play around with that. We're all learning, y'all, but we're still gonna do this full recap. So we saw the flashback where Orpheus and Clyde met at the jail, and Orpheus wanted Clyde's money because he could do something with it. And then that's when it was mentioned that it was at his dead wife's house where they can find a key where the stepdaughter Jordan was at in California. And then Orpheus was like, oh, I have a son in California. So now we know how they initially met, and maybe it wasn't all rainbows and unicorns. Like maybe there was an underlining reason why he got with Jordan. But I'm just assuming that maybe that was mission number 1, but then he kind of fell in love with her, and then
right.
So I think, you know, he seduced Jordan to try to get the key. I think it was an oopsie pregnancy. You know what I mean? I don't think that there was any. It hasn't totally been fleshed out on the show, but I'm not buying that they were actually an item. I think maybe he
I don't think it was intentional.
seduced her and went to the V as opposed to the D to get the key.
I feel like you have been working on that all.
I just came up with that. That was me. That was just a riff. That was total ad lib.
Oh.
I feel so accomplished for the day.
Oh my God.
That was good. Kudos, Michael Mattis. Kudos.
Yes.
Yes, Ryan. Oopsie pregnancy means unplanned. Means she got knocked up. AKA knocked up. AKA all that good stuff. So no, I don't think there was any actual love between Jordan and Evan Christian. I think it was just an oopsie pregnancy resulting from him seducing Jordan to try to get the key, and then she probably ran away.
I don't know. I like to think that he accidentally fell in love with her.
You think so?
No.
I would like to think that too myself, honestly.
See?
But then why?
What happened?
I don't know. Why would he want to kill? I don't know.
I think
the whole okay, so then the whole motive for killing Jordan, has that been, I'm still confused about that.
Well, the thing is and they mentioned it this week, that was an accident. He didn't intend on killing her.
I don't know.
You mean just strangling to the point of having her go unconscious, but not after killing her?
Yeah, well, he said it this week. He was like, that wasn't my intention. I didn't mean to kill her.
Could be lying.
But Jordan really wanted to keep baby David.
No, I'm just saying from that scene we saw of him killing Jordan, it looks like, why would you strangle someone without the intention of killing them?
Well, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Exactly.
I think
we just need more info. We don't have we have certain nuggets of info. We don't have all the info yet. So, but I don't buy that there was love between him and Jordan, and I don't buy that he did not intend to kill her.
Well, I can't wait to prove you wrong, because I feel like
I've been proven wrong before.
I mean, this is true. Like I feel like he actually he was in love with her, and I think that when he came to see her, yes, you know, we saw the choking, but I think it was more of like I'm just gonna shake her up a little bit.
Well, we didn't see any of like the conversation. We saw Evan come in the room when Jordan was there. And then the next time we went back to that, he was already like strangling her. So what transpired between those two moments? What was the conversation? That's still the unknown.
That's what we don't know. Yeah.
There was a bit of conversation. I just don't know what that conversation was.
There was a bit of conversation. I just remember it being like, oh, he's already strangling her. Okay.
Yeah.
But there had to be more that led up to that. I'm curious to find out. And hopefully we'll learn.
Well, yeah. I mean,
if anything with Ron writing, we can be confident we'll figure it out. He's very good at creating these unknowns.
Yeah.
And it'll eventually be fleshed out, and it'll probably happen very quickly within half an episode, and then it'll be on the next.
Wait a minute. So Colleen in the chat says it takes 4 to 5 minutes to strangle someone. It is not an accident. First of all, Colleen, I don't know how you know. Secondly, I don't think it takes 4 to 5 minutes to strangle someone. Like, no one can hold their breath for 4 to 5 minutes.
Well, I don't think when you're strangling someone, you're automatically cutting off their oxygen. I think and especially if they're struggling, it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But I
think you need
can't
to
buy.
consult the CSI investigator on that.
Yeah, I can't
consultant.
buy that you go to strangle someone without the intention of killing them. Like, I don't buy,
that either.
He could have knocked her over if his intention was to just get her out of the way. He could have knocked her over the head with something, but no.
Yeah, for strangling, it's more personal. Yeah, how do you make that as an accident?
Interesting. Okay. Well, I feel like that's really all that happened with that storyline. Like, we found out a little bit more backstory of Christian Evan, and then Rafe, Lonnie, and Eli found Christian Evan, took him down to the police station, where he still had to be let go because he didn't have any info.
No.
It's just so highly annoying that Ben's still in jail. So
I know. I'm
done.
Release him. But I'm glad though that we did get that scene between Ben and Clyde, just so we could get the backstory of what's happening.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just like, release him.
That was the happiest I've ever seen Clyde his entire
I
time
know
on
when
the
he
show.
was walking to the room, he's Ben. Oh my God.
When he walked in and he was just like, wow, man. And she came in that jail cell and had him by one point, everybody out of the way. Wow. Like that. I mean,
what was Ben's line? He was like, I flatlined.
Yeah. It was
like, he was like, a flatline, bro.
It was literally like a bro conversation, like, oh man, and you almost died. Yeah, flatline, bro. Wow.
Like, way to be, bro.
Like, what is this? Okay, well, I'm glad they reestablished their relationship, I guess. And then,
I actually liked this version of Clyde.
Yeah, it made it humanized. Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to mention David has a fever.
Right, which is why Clyde's at the hospital, right? He's getting drugs he's going to break in and get
Orpheus.
Orpheus. Yeah.
I wish they would have continued that a little bit more from Thursday to Friday. They just didn't cut it off on Wednesday. But yeah, that's going to be interesting too, to see if anyone. Oh, so you guys said it was Kayla. He kidnapped Kayla and Marlena back in the day. So would Kayla recognize him at the hospital, maybe?
Anybody would recognize, like Kayla, John, Hope, like all those people would recognize Orpheus.
But he's in the hoodie. He's got the hoodie.
I mean, that's all you got to do. Put on a hoodie, put your hair up. No one recognizes you. It's cool. He'll make it out of there.
Fine.
Sunglasses and a hoodie, and no one knows who you are.
Nope, that's it.
I got nervous though, because when Sierra was telling Ben everything, I thought
that was such a good moment
behind her.
Yes.
And she had just hung up the phone, and she was like, got that off my chest. And then Orpheus was like, do 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 do.
Slithering in the background. She's like cracking.
I know, she's like, my part's done.
But I hope Ben gets out of jail, because remember, they threw out Evan Christian's confession. So I don't know how much that's gonna affect him.
Well, I think now they have a reasonable doubt.
They have
that created a reasonable doubt, and so it'll be overturned.
But
it'll happen in like a scene, and then it'll happen really fast.
If that were the case, then like he would have been like Will. Like the second they were like Maggie did it, he was like home like within a couple hours. Well, at least that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
But and I thought about that. The whole gun to the head, that's coercion. But so
one props we can give the Orpheus is that what he was accepting of his sexually explorative son. He was like, it's not that you did it with a man, it's that you did it with a Kyriakis. It's like that was his issue.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I like that. But I also could tell that what was I gonna say? Oh, there it is. He really did fall in love with Sunny, and I think he realized he like messed it up, and so he was just kind of like, oh, yeah, that's not gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel bad in that regard. So, okay. So I guess we should move on.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Clyde, though, is a huge fan of Sierra, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Loves her.
Well, especially now that she was able to get
Evan Christian.
yes, and get in off of Execution. So yeah, he's a huge fan now.
Yep.
So do they know that he's in town? Because Brady, Patrick in the chat room says Brady mentioned Orpheus to John and Kristen.
He only mentioned Orpheus as like, I think like an option of some sort, but no.
He mentioned Orpheus because he was talking to John. It's like, if anyone can save Marlena, it's you. You saved him from Stefano. You saved him from blah, 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 Orpheus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone still thinks he's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
According to everyone, Orpheus is dead. So no one knows that he's even alive.
Did you hear about Orpheus?
Dead.
Not dead.
Not dead.
Not dead at all. All right, so now we have Xander, Sarah, Eric, Nicole, Kristen, Brady, Dr. Rayner, Victor, and little Mickey. Okay. I don't even know where to start with this storyline. Well,
Sarah and Xander got engaged. That's where we can start.
Well, I almost felt like that wasn't going to happen because when he was like, you know, in his Xander way, like, will you marry me? And she went, and I was like, oh no. But then I felt like
it was very Sarah. It was very
easy. Yes.
It was very Sarah. But then I realized she did have a point. Like, yeah, they were around each other this past year. And I think they their relationship took a shift because at the beginning of that year, she couldn't stand him. And then I think she slowly grew to like him. But yeah, that was their first like official date. And now they're engaged. So
yeah.
Okay. They went
whatever, he wants to lock it down.
Yeah, they went from friends to lovers, but
they banged first. Excuse me. They were lovers first.
They made
love. She even went through that.
They made love. That's what they
No, I think they banged.
Love, passionate love, and then they fought, and then now they're together.
But the whole time though, I was literally like, Dr. Rayner, if you don't go somewhere to some island and get off this,
just leave, yeah.
Just leave, get out of Salem. Like, girl, what are you still doing? Why did you come back? Like, I was just all confused about Dr. Rayner. And then she just looked nervous the entire time. Like, every time she was in the hospital, she looked nervous. And I was like, girl, why'd you even
come back? Yeah.
Like, you could have just stayed away. There was no point in you coming back. Like, every time someone talked to her, she's always like, and I'm like, well, yeah, you should be nervous. They told you to stay away the first time, and here you are. But Nicole, being the Nancy Drew she is, she done figured it out. She done put all the pieces of the puzzle together.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments of the week is when she and Xander were struggling by the elevator and she hit him with her purse like an old lady. Like was dying. She's like, get off of me, boom.
She was like, get your hands off me.
Get your hands off me. Yeah, and then
but I love that Nicole is just not afraid of Xander. She's like, I know you up to something, and I'm
like she said, she did a hard time being married to him. We remember that selfie.
Oh. The best selfie ever.
Sarah's got some shade because when Nicole was like, you're really going to marry Xander, she's like, well, let's take a look at your track record.
Trent, Victor, EJ, like, oh yeah.
She did not hold back.
Mm-mm.
She was like, am I missing anyone? But I also felt like Nicole had no right to say anything to Sarah about getting engaged to Xander.
No, she didn't. But that's Nicole. Again, very in character for her.
Yeah.
Putting her nose in other people's business.
Right. But
It's so funny. Amy in the chat room says the best detectives are not on the Salem PD.
Right? The best detectives are just like the executives of, what do you want to call them? Companies.
Basic Black. Oh yeah.
Basic Black. What is Basic Black? Like, I don't even know what it is.
it's
A clothing company that makes boxer briefs. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about those boxer briefs. Yes, we will. What was I gonna say?
So, okay, so Dr. Rayner, her last act before she left town was to leave a voicemail for Xander saying, Nicole knows what you did, bye.
Yeah.
Alert.
And so now Xander went to Victor and was like, Nicole knows what we did. So now Victor knows that Nicole knows that they switched the babies.
Yeah.
But also the fact that that birthmark is something else that like gave it away.
Mm-hmm.
I
No one's seen that birthmark up till now. I guess that's something we just have to be like, okay.
Yeah. Well, the baby's been away too, like in Boston. And
yeah.
there
No,
actually
that's true.
hasn't been a lot of FaceTime with baby Mickey, I don't think.
Well, yeah, I guess we would have to look back to see how much time Kristen and Brady had actually spent with Mickey to see if it was plausible that nobody, I guess those would be the two that would have noticed the birthmark, Kristen and Brady.
And it sounds like too that Kristen didn't even remember that until Brady put
Kristen
her
was,
that whole,
I think,
okay, so it's okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think they've had really any time with baby Mickey. Like they haven't
maybe not
or anything like that. So there would be no reason for them to like
see it
look
and realize it
closely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Eric is wanting Kristen to keep her distance from Mickey too.
Yeah, because even though she came to the hospital and wanted to hold her, he was like, "No, I mean she's her."
But Eric at least was nice about it.
Yeah.
He's not like, no, you can't hold my baby. Stay away from my baby. He wasn't like, he's not like that anymore. They must have heard us.
Was that the Eric's voice?
That was Eric's voice. Eric the character.
That's so horrible.
Stay away from my baby. He's not like that anymore.
Get away from my baby.
Get away from my baby. Stay away from her.
I love the fact that now, you know, because Nicole wants to like, you know, find out if what she's put together is actually true, she has now swabbed baby Mickey. And then I didn't realize this until after it happened.
Nope, I didn't either.
She went and picked a fight with Kristen so that she
that was
bad. Because
I can't believe she did that.
If you look, like Kristen was like, ow, like almost like,
because I was confused. I was like, why is she picking a fight with Kristen? And then when Kristen was like, ow, like she pulled her hair, I was like, oh, DNA.
Yeah, that was someone like Nicole to just randomly do that, especially since she knows kind of the backstory. If she thinks, okay, Kristen could be that could be Rachel. And I was like, why is she picking a fight? But
yeah,
she's so mean. Like what she was saying was like so mean.
Do you guys remember a little history lesson a few years ago when Eileen Davidson was playing Kristen? She and Nicole had a fight in the Horton Town Square where Nicole pulled a piece of hair out from Kristen's head. So this is the second time she's done this.
She's
I'll have to find the clip. It wasn't that long ago, but it was when Eileen was playing Kristen and they had a confrontation about Brady in the town square and they were pulling each other's hair. And Nicole like did one of these after the fight was done and it was a piece of Kristen's hair.
Yeah. I don't remember. I mean, to be honest, I don't know.
Just a nod to history.
Okay. Okay. So then going back a little bit, so we obviously see that Brady and Kristen are getting closer. Brady decided to be a model for the new Basic Black.
It was Kristen convinced him because he was like, should I call on a model? And she's like, no need. And then she sat back in the chair and locked the door. And
she gave him an executive order. She didn't convince him.
Oh, true.
Yeah, she's demanding it.
Well,
I love it.
Kudos to Eric Martzoff, who plays Brady Black, because I voted yes for the box of briefs. I thought they looked great.
I'm not arguing.
Absolutely no argument.
He pulled it off very nicely.
We got a front view, we got a rear view, we got a side view,
Side rear.
side rear,
Yes.
side butt. I don't know.
I mean, listen, if those went on the market, I'd buy them.
I love
You go do that, Tony.
I love the color too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I was gonna get your designer days.
Yeah.
Oh.
I almost did.
So Brady and Kristen reconnected. Dr. Rayner is finally gone. Mickey's real parents are about to be discovered. That's pretty much. Oh, and Sarah and Sarah and Xander are engaged. That's pretty much all that happened, right?
Yep.
All right. So, John, Marlena, Stephen O, Chad, Kate, Gabby, Abigail. Okay. I still don't know how I feel about this whole like Chad, Stephen O in his head thing.
So he's a robot of some sort. Like he gave him some kind of drug, and now he's like Mr. Robot.
I still think the ring has something to do. The fact that the ring is on his finger. Stefano gave him that ring. He put it on his finger, and so he put the drug in the drink, gave him the ring. I think that combo is what is making Chad go kind of cuckoo. I really think it's through the ring, which I said that before. So if it comes true and I'm proven right, then go me. But
that's probably the only thing you'll get proven right about, because that don't make no sense.
What are you talking about? Doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make sense that people are coming back to life and that you implant microchips, but yet.
Listen, I can justify just about anything when it comes to the show, but I think it's more so the drug that is making him hear Stefano. I don't think it has anything to do with the ring, unless the ring is a mood ring and it's like, seeping something into his hand.
That's what I'm thinking. Dr. Rolf did something to the ring, and make it with that in combination with whatever drug he put in the drink is
because otherwise
this is the other way of Rolf controlling people rather than doing a microchip.
That's a good theory, because even Kate even mentioned too, oh, you still have that ring.
Yep.
That was a nugget too.
Mm-hmm. You still have the ring on. He's like, you sound just like your father, and you still have that ring on.
But I thought the ring just shows like who's in control of the Demera Empire, because it didn't have that effect on Andre like that. But Stefano had the ring. He could have given it to Dr. Rolf. Dr. Rolf could have done something to it during the time he had it before he gave it to Chad. Or it could be a duplicate. It could be a copy of the ring that Rolf doctored. You know what I'm saying? So what you're saying is that the ring has a little point in it, and it just keeps like injecting.
Something, maybe. I think the ring has something to do with Chad's altered state.
Cherie in the chat room says he drugged the drink.
Yes.
La Familia is the code word,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone keeps pointing out the ring must be involved. So maybe every time someone says La Familia, it triggers him again.
Oh, because it is true. They do keep saying La
Familia.
Yeah, that's a good point, Cherie.
The same effect someone has on me when someone says, vodka. I'm like,
That's a different effect.
I mean, that's a different problem, but
but now we have Chad basically like, fulfilling Stephen O's commands. The first is getting rid of Kate, which he just bashed her over the head. And then what, Michael Mattis?
It's just the way he's like collecting these pile of unconscious women, and they're just like Family Guy characters on the ground, just
out.
It cracked me up.
Because there was Kate. He got Kate, and then he got Gabby.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think he was gonna. Yes, exactly. I didn't think he was gonna like do anything to Kate because he was struggling with the letter opener behind his back. Then he put it down, and I was like, oh, maybe he's changed his mind. Then all of a sudden,
that was
on the head.
Hard hit too. I even had to step back.
I was like, ooh.
He just went full out on it.
Yeah.
But then I also thought, poor Kate. Like, girl, how many times are you gonna have near-death experiences within the past year?
Do you think he's gonna put them in the room together?
Yeah.
We're gonna have another
secret room.
Tres Amigas in the secret room.
I hope so.
I'm here for it.
Dos Amigas.
Yeah,
because it's 2, not 3.
Well, what I'm struggling with right now, because you know me, I'm a fan with open arms, but I'm struggling with all these like robots, because then now we have Marlena who has a chip in her, so that she can be Steveno's Queen of the Night, and I'm just like, I don't know about all these people not being themselves.
It's overkill now. Like with Gina and Steveno, it's like, okay, now we're gonna do it to Marlena, and now Chad is another robot, and it's overkill. Yeah. I'm hoping that this is being used to wrap up that whole storyline. You know what I mean? I hope this is being used to like finish it off.
I'm just surprised that Steveno made the decision to do that to Marlena, because I thought he was on this path of like, I want her to want me. I don't want to do anything to her to make her.
So do we know that Marlena had a chip implanted, or are we just going by like the fact that she was like saying her neck hurt?
No, remember she had the chip implanted because when she first got kidnapped. Remember, Michael, your favorite scene when she tried to run out and she didn't make it, and then they sedated her, and then they put a small little chip right there.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah, you know, because you were still laughing at the fact that
I was just rewinding, watching Marlena try to run out the door. But again, I give kudos to having a character actually just try to get out and run instead of just sitting there and taking it.
Being caught. So right at the end on Friday, she was like having like a bad headache, and she was like, "Oh, my neck," and then there was a rub of the shoulders, and she was like, and then at the end, he was like, "My queen," and she was like, "My king," and I was like, "Oh Lord, Jesus."
Yep. Do we think so Amy Marks in the chat room brought up something that I was actually thinking. Do we think she's faking?
She could be.
I don't think she's faking.
Here's where I'm at.
I don't trust nothing anymore.
I've gone through a couple of things where I thought they're faking. Then I was like, that's Hattie. And then I'm like, oh, they actually really did this to her. So I don't know. I'm just over here like, okay.
Same.
I'm just gonna watch it and see what happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's that.
There's that.
And then Abigail, right after everyone gets knocked out, pops up and she's like, "Guess who's home?" Like, you didn't call first?
You didn't call first.
You didn't call
the piled up.
Right. Everyone's all piled up on the floor, and like you just pop up like, "Honey, I'm home," and it's like, it's a fine time for you to come home, honey. You might want to run.
I liked that ending to the week, though. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, before we continue on, we have a bit of business.
Yes.
Reporting live from her home, it's Tammy Govea.
This is such a crazy time for everyone. And we just always want to say thank you during these crazy times. Thank you during the non-crazy times, you guys, fans, for joining us. And I know we didn't have a show last week and you guys were all, where are you? We miss you. We need you. So we really appreciate you. We appreciate the engagement. Make sure and tell a friend, share it with your family, share our show with your friends and family. AfterBuzz TV, gives us this amazing platform every week to do something that we love. We love Days of Our Lives. We love doing the show, and we appreciate and love you guys. So thank you. AfterBuzz has tons of other shows that, if you are a lover of reality or dramas or comedies, AfterBuzz TV has recap shows for just about everything. So make sure and check them out. Again, it's a crazy time for everybody. So all the support means the world to us.
That announcement brought to you by the kind folks here at AfterBuzz TV. All right, let's go into some tidbits, which is just, we just have one tidbit, and that's with Hope, Kayla, Jennifer, Jack, Doug, basically everybody who was there to deprogram Princess Gina von Omberg. Let me tell you though.
Is it Gina or is it Hope?
It's Hope.
It's Hope. It's Hope. I
think
they are completely done. It's back to Hope. But what I love is that Princess Gina von Omberg was not going out without a fight, without telling people off. I was still sitting there like, okay, we'll make sure that she is remembered and that she is Princess von Omberg. I loved it. But now I kind of feel like, so, they were able to take the chip out of Hope. So Hope is now back. Her last memory, and even I was sitting there thinking like, your last memory was at the hospital with the rosary right before Julie was supposed to have surgery. And then she said that. But then I thought, so now we have not one person coming out of a coma and it's a year later, but two.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like for a second that oh, that moment is kind of taken from Jennifer. Like, it was fine when Jennifer flashed us forward, but now it's like, now Hope has lost a whole year and a half of her life.
I think the only reason I think that it might still be Gina is because when they were asking Hope, what do you remember? And she was sharing, I remember being in the chapel, blah, blah, blah. They never literally showed her having the memory. True. Which to me would say, okay, this is Hope having the memory.
But would Gina have that memory? Or would Gina know that?
Gina would know that.
No, Gina, I don't think Gina would have that memory. I think Gina's memory Yeah. All right. And
everyone.
we had some technical difficulties. Listen, this is the beauty of when you are quarantined at home and you are still trying to bring you a full dish of this week's episodes of NBC's #1 hit soap opera Days of Our Lives. But we back. Hopefully
back.
on the same. Ryan, this is still be on the same thing, right? Perfect. All right. Well, let's just keep going from where we were. We were talking about Hope and Kayla and the Princess Gina von Umberg and all that kind of stuff. Don't remember where I was, but we're gonna keep it moving.
We were talking about whether we thought that Hope was actually Hope or is she pretending, and about how would Gina have that memory of Hope being in the chapel when Dr. Rolfe came and got her.
I don't think so. I think her first memory would be of wherever Princess Gina became Princess Gina.
The only reason I might think that it's still Gina was that there was a shot after Hope woke up where it kind of closed in on her and she was kind of looking off kind of sinisterly. And
Gina-ish, yeah.
Yeah. But then it came back and we went through the whole memory thing. And I was like, oh, well, Gina wouldn't have that memory, so it must be Hope.
Well, I don't consider it a memory. I think Gina would just have that info.
Would she?
Why
because maybe Rolfe told her?
Rolfe, yeah.
Listen, here's the thing. We're good on, let's just this storyline up with the Princess Gina and I like Princess Gina, the character, but I think to bring her back as Hope, but then later on reveal that she's Princess Gina, I think that's too much. I think it's Hope.
I wouldn't put it past the show to do that, but I think it would be too much too.
Yeah.
I felt bad though, as she was finding out what has transpired the past year and a half. I was like, oof.
People are also commenting that Hope had a weird look on her face when she hugged Doug.
See, that's when I thought it was Gina, because she hugged Doug, she looked off to the side, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if that's Hope. She's all daddy.
Yeah.
And then she hugged Doug, and then she looks off, thinking, okay, is that Gina?
So there's hints to indicate she may still be Gina, but let's hope those are just glossed over.
But y'all,
and that they don't amount to anything.
She's discombobulated. She's not been Hope for the past year and a half. And she literally is just thinking that I was in the chapel, in the rosary, something must have happened. What happened? And then it's like, you've been gone for a year and a half. So I'm sure there's stuff that's at least that's what, listen, you know me, fan with open arms. So
yeah,
you just
we'll
hope that's that. I wanted to mention, I laughed so hard when Princess Gina von Umberg told Jennifer, Jenny, go find another balcony to fall off of.
Go find another balcony to fall off.
I was like, oh, she's so shady. Can we keep her?
Do you remember that moment, speaking of shady, Tony, when Sierra came to see Princess Gina and Sierra leans into her, looking at her.
Yeah.
And Gina's like, oh, you need a mint.
Oh, that whole thing, I was living for, because Princess Gina was not having Sean or Sierra. She's like, oh.
I don't think that was, do you think that was in the script? I don't think that was in the script. That seemed like a really improvised kind of moment.
It could have been. I think I'm just having fun with it. I don't know. All right. Well, that was it, right? That was the week.
Yeah.
So Rolfe is at the Salem PD right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're definitely keeping an eye on him because they want to make sure that he doesn't do any shenanigans.
Yeah. And I will say that I like that moment, that scene between Jack and Doug, because you don't see them together very often.
Uh-huh.
So that was kind of cool. I just enjoyed that moment.
Yeah. Well, that chaotic moment was a mess when they were all rushed out of the room and stuff. I was like, oh, this is chaos. And then Hope is like, but what happened? What happened?
Yes, tell me.
Someone please tell me what happened to me. I was like, oh Lord. All right. Well, that was it. That was your week of days. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, our segments. And we're going to start with mine, which is Tony's official. Oh, I'm trying to set everything up. This seems too much. Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
That's awesome.
All right. So my 3 snaps was going to go to Princess Gina von Umber because y'all know I love when someone throws shade. But then a package arrived at Basic Black. And the package contained a pair of boxer briefs. And modeling those boxer briefs was Brady Black. And when that shot of Brady Black in nice blue boxer briefs came up, I thought to myself, yes, come on, boxer brief model at Basic Black. So for looking so good in his prototype boxer briefs, my Snaps Award goes to Eric Martzoff, Brady Black. You never made a pair of boxer briefs look so good. You get Tony's official.
Filled it out nicely, Mr. Martzoff.
Yes. Oh, okay for saying that nicely. All right. That has been Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. There we go. All right. I feel like I'm playing a DJ now. And now it's time for All right, Tammy, go there.
Yeah, so I was a little underwhelmed this week. I almost did give it to Eric Martzoff because that was such a beautiful moment. I almost gave it to Paul Telfer because he looked so amazing in that black t-shirt, Michael Mattis, with the black jacket.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna go to Miss Camila Banus.
Yeah.
She was wearing it's an orange floral smocked dress and suede jacket this week. Gabby's dress is the jasmine floral print sheared cotton mini dress by Rhode, and her jacket is a suede Western biker jacket by All Saints. I love this jacket. I totally love this jacket.
It looks really
so
good.
This week, Miss Camila, you're rocking it.
Oh,
you get this week's.
And that has, oh my God, I feel like Ryan now. That has been all right, and now it's time for Caption That.
All right, this week's Caption That photo is of the little run-in that Kate and Kristen had in the Horton Town Square. And yep, there it is. And I need to pull up my caption. And I had some very, very topical responses to this one. So Casey Lynn 27 on Twitter with her caption, this isn't exactly what was meant by social distancing, was her caption. So yes, Kristen and Kate could use a lesson in social distancing. 6 feet.
6 feet.
6 feet.
Remember, it's 6 feet.
6 feet.
6 feet.
And that has been Caption That. And now it's time for
All right, moment. I was this close giving it to Rafe. I liked when he was in his apartment and he had those waffles, and that's the only thing he had left in his freezer. And he's like, well, baby David has these waffles, and I always want to make sure that I have some left. So I was like, oh, I thought that was a cute moment. But Xander and Sarah, you guys get my all moment of the week. Xander saying, I will be a real idiot not to do everything in my power not to make you my wife. And I know there's going to be some troublesome down in the future, but for right now, I'm loving Xander and Sarah. So you two get my all moment of the week.
Oh, and that has been All right, and of course, we have to give a shout out to Me World too for his oh shiz moment of the week. I am retweeting that out now so that you all can check it out. Thank you, Me World, again for your oh shiz moment of the week, which is when wifey comes home and crashes the party. Yep, that was a good moment. Just kind of showed up. So that is your oh shiz moment of the week. And let's see. Oh, okay. So now, because we can't take phone calls, so we just gonna go into our weekly promo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at this time,
right now,
we're going to show you what is coming up on next week's episode of Days of Our Lives.
When she's locked up, she plays dirty. Set free. He cleans up.
Oh.
Dang.
Listen.
okay.
Wow. Oh my living word.
Winners, how are you
Tongues
out
and
there?
everything.
Worth the wait.
Man. No words.
There are words, but I feel like they need to be appropriate words because
Woo!
NSFW.
listen, I don't know where
Kenny
that
got hot.
shower is located, but I need to find it. I need to find out where that shower is. Oh, and shout out to Camila, because in that promo, like as she laid there, her legs were like still strategically like placed in a very like sexy way, and she had on cute shoes because
Oh my, her shoes were everything.
yes, because we made so much fun of when Paige died and she was in the tub and her feet were out. We were like, were those good? No, we were like, those shoes though, they could have at least put you out in some cute shoes. Shoes are important. Well, it looks like it's gonna be a hot, steamy week next week.
Good week.
I'm excited for next week. I'm all here for it. I'm so glad I get just to be inside and enjoy what's coming up on Days of Our Lives.
Listen, I think we all are very happy that we about to be inside because it's about to get real hot. Just wait till that shower scene come on. Everybody gonna be and Tori and Rob talking about, hey.
It said Princess Felicia in the chat room says the internet will break with sin.
Oh,
the shades of sin.
The screenshots that are about to come out of that is about to be.
Oh my God.
Lit. It's about to be lit.
Me World says 50 Shades of Sin, starring Christian Weston and Anastasia Brady.
That's
awesome.
All right. Well, everyone, that is our show. That is your week of days. But before we head out of our quarantine homes, Michael Mattis,
we ain't going nowhere.
We find you.
You can find me on Instagram and the Twitter at MLMattis.
Tammy Govea. Oh, sorry. It's usually Chelsea, but I said Tammy. Go ahead.
That's fine. And so on Twitter, you can find me at Tammy Govea, and on Insta, Tammy.Govea.
Chelsea Overrocker.
And then you could find me on Instagram at Chelsea Overrocker and on Twitter at Chelsea Overrocker.
And you can find all of us at Dishin Days on Facebook and Instagram, or _Dishin Days on the Twitter. And you can find Little Old Me at Lounging with Tony on all social media platforms. In fact, this week I got a chance to speak to Camila Banos, and I did yoga with Stacey Haiduk, which was a lot of fun. It's not on my Instagram anymore, but I'm going to post it on YouTube. So make sure you guys look for that. And if you guys are safely in your homes, which you should be, please stay safe. Please wash your hands. Please do what is being asked so that we can contain this, so that we
social
can get back
distancing
in the studio quickly, so that we can continue bringing you this. In the meantime, we're just going to do it from our house. So thank you.
Yes.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for another full recap of your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.